So I am the villain, because I've made myself one. Year after year after year.
Nikocado Avocado, a name synonymous with the world of mukbangs, overindulgence, and extreme content. For years, Nikocado has been the embodiment of gluttony on YouTube, racking up millions of views as he consumed grotesque amounts of food. With over 4 million subscribers on his main channel alone, his fame largely revolved around his over-the-top personality and his rapid weight gain. But behind the scenes, it seems there's been more to the story than anyone could have guessed. For those unaware, Nikocado has had a wildly inconsistent upload schedule in recent years. Many speculated that this was due to depression. He had been open about his mental health struggles, often crying in his videos while showcasing his excessive eating habits. His outbursts and the increasing concern over his health made it easy to assume that he was trapped in a cycle of self-destruction. But what if I told you this was all part of an elaborate ruse? A plot twist so unbelievable that it might just be the biggest Uno reverse card in YouTube history. Over the years, Nikocado's videos weren't just about eating. They became a spectacle of chaos, tears, breakdowns, and theatrics.
You ruined our marriage.
I know.
He was clearly struggling, and his audience couldn't help but notice. His thumbnails, often showing him wheezing, surrounded by mountains of food, became symbolic of his health's steep decline. His body fat jiggling for views, his outbursts, everything seemed like a cry for help. Fellow creators, from Moist Critical to Sunny V2, made videos addressing the obvious. They expressed concern not just for his mental health, but for his physical well-being too. At over 400 pounds, Nikocado had seemingly dug himself into a hole too deep to escape from. Take Moist Critical, for example. He pointed out the absurdity of Nikocado's content, describing how his viewers continue to fuel the madness, with each video becoming more disturbing than the last. At this point, it seemed inevitable that the story would end in disaster, and yet it didn't. YouTuber Moist Critical dropped a bombshell. Nikocado, who had appeared to be spiraling further into obesity and self-destruction, had secretly lost over 250 pounds. Let that sink in.
This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life. So I am the villain, because I've made myself one.
This moment right here is this generation's I Am Your Father. This is up there with the Darth Vader identity reveal. Perhaps one of the most unexpected things I've seen in quite some time. When I was watching this, I let out an audible whoa. Like, I couldn't help myself. My body responded without any other part of me having say-so over it. My body itself, my soul, was shocked when he took the mask off there.
While we all assumed he was sinking deeper into his unhealthy habits, he was quietly working on a massive transformation. How did he pull this off? Well, for the past few years, Nikocado had been posting pre-recorded videos from his heavier days. He had stockpiled a massive backlog of content, possibly 50 to 150 videos, and released them over time to maintain the illusion that he was still morbidly obese. In the meantime, he was shedding the weight behind the scenes, staying under the radar. The internet was, of course, shocked. Nobody saw this coming, and it wasn't just the viewers. Creators who had collaborated with Nikocado, like Umpaville, who has over 5 million subscribers, didn't seem to know either. They'd filmed multiple videos together during Nikocado's supposed heaviest period. But now, looking back, it seems impossible that no one picked up on the fact that Nikocado was secretly on a massive weight loss journey. Some skeptics have suggested that his transformation is a hoax, that his recent video, where he looks significantly slimmer, might have been filmed before he gained the weight. But if you look closely, the excess skin and loose fat are telltale signs that he has in fact lost the weight. This is, without a doubt, one of the greatest plot twists in YouTube history. For years, people were making content about Nikocado's descent into obesity, racking up millions of views in the process. Sunny V2's documentary on him gained over 18 million views, while Meat Canyon's darkly comedic animation hit nearly 25 million views. Yet, while the internet was busy discussing how Nikocado was destroying himself for views, he was pulling off one of the most incredible transformations in secret. In a recent video, Nikocado addressed the critics, saying that humanity is quick to turn on someone. One day, everyone was mocking him for his weight. Now, suddenly, they praise his transformation. He has a point. The internet is fickle, and Nikocado, ever the showman, played the game perfectly. He let the world believe he was spiraling while laughing from the sidelines, knowing that his real journey was happening off camera. Now that the secret is out, the big question is, what's next? Nikocado has stated that despite his weight loss, he has no plans to stop making mukbangs. In fact, he says it's still his favorite type of content to create, and he plans to continue uploading them on his secondary channel. What's even more interesting is how Nikocado is now being seen by many as an inspiration. Yes, you heard that right. The same man who once shook his belly fat for rage bait views is now a source of motivation for people struggling with their own weight loss journeys. It's a remarkable shift in public perception, and it shows just how unpredictable internet fame can be. In the end, Nikocado Avocado's story is more than just a wild plot twist, it's a masterclass in internet storytelling. He played the role of the villain, cashed in on the fame, and then, in a grand reveal, showed everyone that he'd been pulling the strings the whole time. Losing over 250 pounds in 2 years is an incredible achievement, but doing it in secret while the world watched, unaware, is nothing short of genius. Love him or hate him, you can't deny that Nikocado Avocado has pulled off one of the most shocking transformations on YouTube. And now, with a fan base that's more intrigued than ever, it seems like the next chapter in his story is just beginning. And that, my friends, is why this might just be the most insane Uno reverse card in YouTube history.